Welcome back, Unpeeled. So today we're going to be sitting down with LFG Sports, which is a news company devoted to providing the best fan content in sports. The company has taken the Syracuse area by storm.
And these guys are here to talk about it with us, their mission, their recent success. Here's CEO Griffin Whitman and COO Josh Berenson. Guys, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for
having us.
Let's get right into it. How did it start, and where did the idea come from to create the sports company?
It kind of started 2 summers ago. I was working in Syracuse by myself and had a lot of time to really think, and I was kind of just pondering on this gap in the sports industry. And then I went out in the fall and I worked my capstone in Chicago, and I learned all about just how the sport industry works, media, events, marketing, sponsorship. And I traveled a lot on the weekends. I went to like 10 different cities over the weekends, different events all over the country. Got back and sat down with Josh, who's an entrepreneur, and my roommate, and we kind of went top to bottom with all these ideas and decided, let's go for it.
Wow, that's really awesome. So what does make LFG different from other sports content companies?
So we really focus on providing the best fan content in sports, and while other sports media companies might show fan content, they're showing it and supplementing it with what they already post. We are really focused on just the fan content itself, and also just our story in general. I mean, someone can go out and do what we do, but they can't be us, they can't replicate us, they can't be our brand.
Yeah, and you talked about you have something to say, go ahead.
Like the other thing is like similar to that is just like all these other companies focus on what actually happens on the field, and that's less important to us and more about what's happening around the field, in the stands, at the bars, at the tailgates. So.
Yeah, you talked about the gap. Yeah, it's different. You talked about the gap in sports coverage. Is that it? The fan experience, and what about that do you really want to highlight?
It's certainly it. Like, there's no one going after, and it's just everywhere you go, it doesn't matter what city you're in, where in the country, what college town, it's just the fans are devoted to sports, and every fan base is so unique, and it's so cool to be a part of each one and kind of hear what makes each one go and what are the different traditions and passions driving it.
That's really awesome. So what does LFG stand for? Like, where does that come from?
The $1 million question. So LFG, it's an acronym, it's a brand. It has 3 different parts of it. There's Live for the Game, which is kind of the aspect of just growing up, loving to play sports. There's Let's Go, which is a little bit of what it means, what it embodies being a fan in the biggest moment. It's like college professional, that's kind of the go-to term. A lot of athletes have been branding lately. And then Life Feels Great, kind of all the travel and parts of this company that you get to experience, the food, the travel, the people and stuff, that just life feels great.
That's I love that.
That is great. What you talked about, the travel that you did. You've been around different fan bases in sports. What was maybe your top 1 or 2, your favorites that you've been to so far?
I would definitely say the best sporting event I've ever been to in my life, and I got the opportunity to do this through LFG, was the summer we went to the Home Run Derby, and we sat in left field, which was just home run territory. So we had actually Vladimir Guerrero hit a home run off a couple of our signs, and I mean, it was an absolute bloodbath out there. People were fighting for balls, and it was a crazy experience.
Yeah, that was awesome. I don't know, probably my favorite might have been just this weekend. We just started really diving into our Big Ten tour, and Wisconsin, Madison's just such a special college town, and it's just it's just awesome for college football. Like, everyone comes out, it doesn't matter how old you are, and just student section's awesome. So Madison, Wisconsin's an awesome place, probably one of my favorites.
That's awesome. You guys probably are going to get to have so many adventures, but where do you see this company going in the next 5 years, where do you want to take it?
That's a big question. That's kind of the one. You probably got this a lot, but 5-year plan if you have one.
So I mean, the answer is to the moon. But in years 1 and 2, we were really focused on kind of just stockpiling our content, really understanding our identity, and growing a following. And then as we grow, we want to kind of work towards partnerships with the leagues and really supplement them to kind of cover and capture a lot of the audience that they can't cover because of how they kind of position themselves.
Yeah, and we kind of are using these first couple years as just a scouting report. Like, we are 22 years old. We have a team of, I don't know, about 15 people who are 20, 21, 22-year-olds, positive, eager people, and we're at a really special time in the world where there's this like transition from old media to new media, which gives us the opportunity to go out and not need anyone else and just do it. So we're just going to go out, scout out, see how the sport industry really works from our perspective, and years 4, 5, 10, 15, I don't know. We just want to build something special, and we know we're pretty confident in what we're doing.
Excellent. So how do we support? How do we get merch? How do we follow on social media? Give us all the tags that we can go to here.
Follow LFG Sports on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, everything. Definitely, I mean, the biggest thing we ask in support is this is a homegrown Syracuse community, Syracuse company, and it's built at Syracuse through Syracuse students, through Syracuse professors helping and advising. So just spread the word, keep talking about it, post it on social media. But it's just we're doing as much as we can, and just to get this whole community rallied around us, that's what we really need.
That's the name of the game.
You heard them.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. LFG Sports, you heard them. Spread around the Syracuse community, homegrown. That's all the time we have this week. I'm Chris Sachi.
And I'm Megan Reynolds. Thank you, and good night, Syracuse.